And time now for a segment brought to you by Dun & Bradstreet. Small businesses continue to face challenges, as many of us know, between supply and staff shortages. So how can they balance and manage it all? Well, here now to talk about the Paycheck Protection Program ending and that impact, as well as how small business owners can move forward, are Amber Jaycox and Amber Colley at Dun & Bradstreet. Good morning, ladies.
Hi, good morning.
It's great to have you both here. So let's get right to it. This is such an important topic as so many small business owners out there continue to press forward and do their best. So what has the program really demonstrated about the length of financial support and the types of support needed for these small businesses?
Yes, well, the Payment Protection Program, as you may know, provided nearly 12 million loans to businesses, sometimes helping them stay afloat during this very unprecedented time. And while the impacts do vary across industries, Dun & Bradstreet's research finds that those businesses that did actually receive a loan were less likely to be delinquent on payments to vendors and suppliers, which in turn tends to help businesses avoid bankruptcy. Now, the effects for avoiding delinquency over time tended to be more pronounced for businesses in industries like retail, restaurants, and transportation. However, despite these benefits, the effects of PP appear to have peaked around the second month and then stagnated thereafter. So this leads us to hypothesize that maybe multiple rounds of timely stimulus could be part of an overarching solution for struggling businesses trying to regain health, in addition to them developing business plans that really do aim to achieve some long-term resilience.
You know, all of these issues are interrelated, and what you just said makes perfect sense, and I'm sure that small business owners out there really understand that and are taking it in and sort of figuring out how to move forward. So before we can get more into that, let's talk really about how the spread of the Delta variant has challenged small businesses, because this certainly has uprooted any kind of progress we were making on some level.
Yeah, it's a great point. And every position that each business is in is unique, and it is unique often to that industry. So while COVID created challenges for small businesses, what we've seen is that a series of unexpected events have further impacted these companies. And these range anywhere from global supply chain bottlenecks to the labor shortages, to the natural disasters like wildfires and hurricanes, but as well as Delta variant. And what we see from the research is that these events definitely have a domino effect where the impacts compound. So if we consider these events relative to what is happening today, the past research that Dun & Bradstreet has done on the government relief is really relevant to understanding the industry resilience. And as I mentioned, we find that the financial support really did help many small businesses weather this unexpected and challenging time, where on average for businesses across all industries and of all sizes, the aid did increase that probability that businesses would remain current on payments. But we also find that the timing of the relief really seems to matter. For example, in the retail industry and for businesses on the smaller side of about 10 to 50 employees, they may have really benefited from earlier and more timely aid to pay their bills and staff on time. Despite the challenges that we're seeing, we are seeing business operations around utilities, energy, and financial services that are impacted, showing improved financial health. And overall, Dun & Bradstreet's indicator of small business health is showing a strong sign of recovery.
So how can small business owners prepare for survival, after their initial rounds of, loans, private capital, or government funding when those run out?
Our message here is do not give up hope. Any type of recovery program, whether it's natural disaster or economic recovery related, it comes in stages, and there's a growing number of financial institutions and private lending options available, as well as additional government programs that may arise in the coming months. That and plan ahead. Having a sound business credit profile may be key in obtaining access to additional funding. And then tap into your resources. Don't forget to tap into all of the resources that are available to you as a small business, from state and federal loans and grants to getting help with understanding your business credit profile. Leverage those resources that will possibly give your business access to funding that will keep you afloat in the short term, and then also help you grow in the future.
Absolutely. And what are some of the, in summation here, to wrap things up, some practices that small businesses should really consider here to continue to evolve their operations and prepare for future events as well? Anything that they need to know with regard to this?
First, create a business plan. It's best to have a roadmap for how you're going to spend the funding before you receive it. And then you should focus on sustainability and growth. While there will always be challenges and unexpected events that arise as a small business owner, focus on the areas of your business that will allow you to stay agile and even grow in time. So, for example, if you're a brick and mortar business, are there ways that you can invest in technology that allows you to capture the growing e-commerce market, or ways you can use data to place a spotlight on new growth opportunities or prospects? So ask yourself these types of questions to help plan for your future, and then measure your performance. Set goals ahead of starting any new venture, and this will allow you to track your progress, make sure your goals are actionable as well as measurable.
Yeah, there really are many innovative ways that small businesses can evolve, and we really want to see them all succeed. So ladies, thank you both so much for joining us right here today and shedding some light on this topic. This segment was brought to you by Dun & Bradstreet. To learn more about them, just visit our website, roadshow.com.